Hey guys, what's going on? All right, today we're going to replace the barrel, or I'm going to replace the barrel. You can sit there and watch. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to replace the barrel on my 16-inch Palmetto State build. All right, so this, like I said, 16 inches, has a, I think it's a 1 in 8 twist with a mid-length gas system. I don't have any issues with it. The only reason I'm changing it is because I got, over the holidays, they had a sale and I got a 20-inch 5.56 1 in 7 twist barrel. So there's really, it was just a good deal, and I wanted to push this guy out a little bit further. I'll probably be making another upper for this 16-inch barrel because there's no reason to get rid of it because it shoots great. It's just time to me, it's just time to move on to another system. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just go through the process of what you would want to do if you're going to replace a barrel. This has a Troy Alpha rail, which is great. I have no problems with it at all. There's really nothing wrong with this. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're gonna do is remove the scope. So obviously this is gonna have to be resighted. Should go without saying if you know anything about guns, because if you replace the barrel, well, nothing's sighted anymore. Okay, so that guy comes off. Now we got some big, some Allen wrenches here. Take off this rail. Let's see. I always get confused which ones they are. First try. Now you can hear that break the other way. There you go. That Loctite. I like to Loctite my stuff because I don't want it to come loose. There we go. I've never had it come loose, and it's probably because I use Loctite. Alright, so now that it is loose, try to move this a little bit closer. I keep having my camera fall down. I really don't want it to fall down again. Alright. So now that he is loose, we're actually going to go ahead and take this guy off. I can get a bite on it. Turn it the right way. That usually helps if you turn it the right way. Alright, so he comes off with this crush washer. Now this guy should, these. I'm always losing my little pieces. I want to get one of those magnetic bowls. You can drop all your miscellaneous metal parts in. There we go. This guy turns just a little bit, and then you got to work it through the teeth because it uses the standard barrel nut. Help if everything was tightened down. Here we go. Just gonna give it a couple wiggles. It's messing me up. There you go. There we go. Off it comes. There's that guy. I wish I had a scale. This guy is pretty light. Even with all the attachments and crap I got on it, still is pretty light. All right. Put that to the side. Now we're gonna take this guy off. And I'm gonna take this guy off too, so we can put it in a vise. This is a cheap knockoff. This is one I would not recommend. This backup sight, I got it because it's obviously some kind of airsoft clone thing. I don't like it. Every time, you're probably not gonna be able to tell, but every time you flip up the sight, it turns it because it's on a. It's not gonna make any sense, but you mess with your windage every time you open it up and close it. It walks, and it will walk all the way across. If you open it and close it a lot, it's just gonna keep walking itself further and further. It's just rides on those threads. It's a horrible, horrible backup sight. I don't even know why I still have it on there because I don't even know if it works because I never use it. It was sighted in a long time ago, but I never actually used it. Right, so this guy's coming off. We will adjust. Need him anymore. This other guy. Take everything out of it. Have it upside down. I hope you guys appreciate this because in reality, I would be watching like Netflix or something, which to me is a lot more entertaining than watching myself on my phone. But I hope you enjoy the pain that I go through giving up Netflix and stuff all for you. Okay, we have a little bit of an issue because I remember now I broke off the tip of my screwdriver inside one of these hoochie puckers, inside one of the set screws for the gas block. So we're gonna have fun. This is great. You get to learn right along with me. This is not edited or set up in any way, but we'll see if we can get it out. We'll probably have to use the drill because he's not just gonna come out. Because I remember that now. So I do not want to mess up the screw itself. What I do want to do is just cut out the broken bit. We'll go up a little bit to drill out that whole thing. Dadgum. It's always something. Can't ever be simple. Didn't want to get in there at all. What would happen if we banged on it? Let's try to break loose that chip. What would happen if we used a end mill? A little end mill. that, it'll break it. It is a quandary, but one that can be fixed. That way. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna cheat. We are going to cheat. We're gonna get the Dremel. We're gonna get us a cutting blade. She's bent. Oh, that's not being used. Okay. Okay. I don't claim to be an actual fool, so I will, I do wear eye protection whenever I use this stuff. Because I don't like little pieces of things going in my eyes. All right. That may be all we need. Probably not. Probably gonna need some more. Do like this. Bouncing around. Well, that's about the most horrible job of doing that I could have done. Wow. Talk about destroying something. Give us something to catch on to now. Wow. This should be called How Not to Change a Barrel. Or how not to improperly do any of this. Dadgum, dude. Well, because that thing ripped out. How in the world did that happen? This is all sorts of fun. It's all sorts of messed up. All right. You know what? I don't want to edit this because it doesn't need to be edited. I think I've already said that a bunch, and I'm kind of going off of, you can tell I'm new at YouTube kind of stuff, because that's what everybody always says. But you know what is true? Because I'm not a professional, and I don't claim to be a professional at much of anything. And so, this is really, I'm still kind of figuring out what this channel is all about. And part of what it's about is the fact that I am a stay-at-home dad right now. I've had experience doing several different things in my life. Right now, that's just where I'm at. And I know there's other guys out there, and I'm sure there's other guys out there like me, out of the billions of people on the earth. I'm sure there's other people like me that are out there that just, you know, they're not super A-type personalities, and they just need somebody to kind of speak up for them a little bit, and just be out there. I don't know. Probably don't make any sense, but you know, it doesn't have to. There we go. Okie dokie. Try it again. If that don't work, I don't know what's gonna work. I don't know if anything will work, because that is pretty deep. Unless I got a smaller screwdriver. That one is smaller. There we go. Hot diggity dog. There we go. Take those nasty goggles off. Okay. Woo! So that was all I needed to do. Yay! Okay, so he's out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull off our gas tube. Whew. Nasties. Which there's nothing wrong with this. This is going to get reused on this barrel whenever he or she or whatever it chooses to be that day. All right, go ahead and take this guy off. The one specific AR tool I have is this guy here, and he is made by somebody that I don't know. NC Star. It's a piece of crap. All right, you can get other ones out there that are better. This guy's worked. It's just not the best. Alright, that's all there is to it. Will he work? Yes. Will he work very well? He'll work alright. Off she comes. Look at that grungy nasty. Thing needs a bath. Woo, that is dirty. Okay. Alright, so that's that guy. Now, we get to have some fun. Here's our brand new barrel. Look, it's even in that cool wrapping. So beautiful. Check that out. And that doesn't ring. I was gonna ring it, but it doesn't ring. That looks good. Yeah, check that. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so he's gonna go right in there. Actually, we can get a little bit of a, we're gonna get a little bit of, I just had it sitting out. I got this oil, here we go. A little bit of this ALG. I don't know. I usually use grease. You just want something, keep it from getting too nasty. Okay, put that guy in there. Actually, we'll wipe that off first. Where's my rag go? There you go. Wipe that guy out. Stick him in there. There we go. Pretty solid. Stick our little barrel nut back on there. Gonna do the hokey pokey and we'll turn it all around. Yeah, sorry, that was a little bit uncalled for. What we will need is one of the other tools I got. And we got a torque wrench. We're gonna set it to about 40 pounds, foot pounds, 40 pounds. Start there. 40 pounds. Right, like so. Probably too bright, but that says 40 pounds. And you know what, guys? Like I said before, I do not claim to be professional. I'm sure there's better ways to do this. I've heard so many things. You can't do it like this. You can't do it like this. There's so many angles. Well, it's not going to be an exact 40 pounds. but we're just getting the barrel set right now. Okay. So don't gripe at me. There we go. Now comes the fun part. We get to take our new gas tube. I'm going to try to index it in that hole. That is way off. That's way off. Okay. Flip this guy around. The way this thing works, when you clamp down, well, this way. When you clamp down on this piece of plastic, and you clamp down, see how there's a gap right up here? Well, the more you clamp down and you start twisting on stuff, it opens up and your barrel will move a little bit. I need to invest in a better clamp. This works, but there are other ones out there. I think Geisley has the one, the action rod or something, that goes inside the barrel, or it goes inside the receiver, and then it hooks up in the it hooks up to the barrel, just like the bolt locks in. It will lock in, and I like that. I think that's a good idea. But you know what? I don't have the money for that right now. Maybe someday I will. You never know, you know? Okay, so this guy needs to come over. Wow. A good bit. Wow, he actually does. And here we go. Open this guy back up. I believe the max you're supposed to set this thing as like 60. And you know what? I believe we're probably going to go over 60. Because that's still got to go a good little bit. But we will see if we can make it happen. I'm going to take... this little guy. Stick him in there. Try to get him to get straight. Yeah, I just said that. Okay. See, I do not like this. This eats up. You can tell this guy's all eat up because he does not lock on very well. Not lock on well at all. You can just feel him just slipping. Well, that didn't do any good at all. Well, then you know what we're gonna do? He's not gonna go over. We're gonna get the hacksaw out. I'm kidding, we're not. I bet some of you are watching this in complete shock and in complete, like, you're only watching it because it drives you nuts. Because you're like, this guy is destroying beautiful pieces of art. Yeah, I guess I am. But you know what? It'd be alright. You don't have to worry about it. All I need... somewhere I've got some. Unless I throw them away. I probably threw them away. I have some spacers. I've got a few spacers in here somewhere. I don't know where they are. That would be really nice to have them. Especially right now. I could use them. Oh, I bet they're in here. I bet they're right there. Please be them. Nope, that's not them. Nope. Nope. There's one spacer. Yippee. I don't think that's enough to do anything. Alright. I got one little spacer. We'll see if we can do anything with it. Wow. I thought I had a whole bunch of them. Guess not. Just a little bit of a spacer. And you know what? I think that lines up. But you know what the problem is? It is not torqued properly. Nope. Ooh, that just needs to come over just a hair. So turn this guy back down. Ooh, man, that'd be nice if you can get on there. It just needs to move just a hair, and I'm talking a hair. Come on. Okay, here we go. Come on. That was it? Yep, that was it. Okay. Okay. That was 30 pounds. We are on like Donkey Kong. Okay. Perfect. So happy about that. Okay, so now that guy's on. Yes, okay. I'm excited now. It's really not that hard. If all the stars align, this thing takes like 5 minutes. But I've always got to make things complicated. I got to break stuff, and I got to get the drill bit out. Go crazy and things like that. But you know what? It's okay. All right, so we've got our funky junky monkey guy. But you know what? He's still going to work. Because this is my rifle. I'm not selling this thing. I am going to use it. So we need to take off this guy. Or wait a minute. Yeah, we do. Because we don't have another gas block, do we? I do not think I did get another gas block. I think. I tried to get organized. Have all my upper pieces. Upper pieces, lower pieces. Supposed to all be organized. I do have another gas block, but it's attached to the gas tube. This is the old. This went on the 16-inch barrel that just came off. That was the old one. That's going to go back on at a different time. But right now, I do not see one. That's okay. That's all good. Because he's going to have to come off anyway. So we will work through that. So what we got to do is we got to get a little pin. It's actually pretty easy. You get the little pin. Somebody just texted me. Little guy. And I don't think you're going to be able to see this. Woo-wee. Without this camera freaking out. I'm going to have to poke this guy out. Okay. Put the little block in there. Give it a little tippy tap. Kind of feel it going. Woo, I think I got it. I did. Drove it into the board. That's what you got to get out. And there he is. This is your mid-length. Show you your difference here. This is your rifle length. I'm going to put you back up here. This is your rifle length gas system like this. This is your mid-length gas system. It's like that. So you can see the difference. Just like so. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and put the rifle length gas system what you want to do is you want to line, you can see through this hole up here. Try to get to where you can see through the hole. There you go. And then you can see through this hole. And you make sure your gas hole right there is on the bottom. You can line that up, push it through, just like that. Now you gotta poke that right back through again, which it should, just came out of it. It should go right back in. What do you know? Would you look at that? Just look at it, so pretty. Okay. Just need to flush it up. It actually went in really well. Yeah, perfect. A little piece of wood in there. That'll work, perfect. Because it's not gonna come flying out or floating out. It doesn't move around like that. So we're gonna slip this guy on. Should slide right into place right here. Give a little shimmy shimmy. All right. Now, flip this guy over so we can work on the bottom. Okay, so what you want to do, what I'm going to do, you probably want to do it different because mine doesn't always work, but you want to line it up as best you can. You're going to want to look down the barrel, and you're going to want to make sure that the barrel and the gas block are perfectly lined up, because if you can tell that the gas block is canted one way or the other, your gun's not going to work right. All right. So I'm going to look down there. I'm going to try to see if it's completely level, and that looks pretty good. Another thing that you can do if you wanted to cheat, and actually I might do it just for demonstration purposes. If you take this guy out, lay it down on a hard surface. Actually, you don't even have to do that. If you take a pencil works best. You get your little Winnie the Pooh pencil, okay? And then you get you a straight line or board or whatever, and then you're going to mark best you can down the middle. It's a little off. In the middle of where your gas, the hole comes out. Actually, you don't even need a straight line. I'm improvising. It's been a while since I've done this part. And I didn't do this last time. You just want to mark right on the edge. Okay, just like that. So you got your gas hole. And then you got to put that little mark on there so that whenever you line this thing up, back in there, push this over. That should be, you can't really see it on the camera, but it should be that little pencil mark should line up right directly underneath your gas tube. All right, and there is a little leeway built into these things, but you want to give yourself you want to give your rifle every chance to succeed. Just like that. Perfect. All right, so I'm not going to put it in the vise yet, because we're just going to undo it if we do that. I'm going to put in one of the screws. Ooh, you can't see it. In one of the little screws before it gets tightened down. You can feel it. Okay. I want to make sure again it looks even. Now it looks even. Alright, that mark is in the middle. Now I'm going to score. I'm just going to tighten down one of these. I just moved it again. Wow, stupid me. It wasn't in there far enough. There we go. Now it's in there. You want to score it because I'm going to take it out and I'm going to drill a little dimple into the barrel so that it doesn't move. That is all I'm trying to do. That's all it's about. Everything lined up. Okay. Now I will score it. Take it back out. Didn't even make a mark. Wow. No, it did. It's just very little. It's very small and difficult to tear. Okay. You can just see, you won't be able to see it on there, but there's a little mark. Okay, and all I'm gonna do with that little bitty mark, all I'm gonna do is take my drill, create me a little dimple, just a little bit. It is very important that you get this part right, because if you get it wrong and you screw on your gas block, then you're always going to have troubles and stuff with your gun. This thing is hard though. It's like hard metal. I don't even know if it's going to work or not. All the better reason to do it right. So I'm going to mark it again so I absolutely have the right marks on there, because I really don't want to mess this up. Alright, so he's on. Okay, so he's on. That looks pretty squared up. The mark looks pretty squared up. Put him in. And you know what? I'm gonna tap this. With this punch. Hopefully that'll make a little mark. Yeah, it worked. No. The tap didn't do anything, and you know what? This little guy didn't even, barely even created a scratch. It's tough. Which I'm hoping, it's so tough, hoping that gives me some pretty good accuracy. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to translate. Nope. Alright, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to scratch this idea, because I don't want to mess this barrel up, right? I really don't want to mess the barrel up. So we're going to put it on here. We're going to put some Loctite on it, and we'll check it after we get out and shoot it, which is probably going to be a little while. I apologize, but believe me, I wish I could get out and shoot. Hopefully, we're working on a place. The guy said that we can go out there sometime. I'm going to have to go out there with him, and then I'm going to try to convince him that I'm a responsible person and I can be left alone to shoot by myself. And if he goes for that, then we should have a place that I can go shoot, and hopefully we'll be able to get some good videos going on. But if we can do that, then we will end up bringing this rifle out, shooting it, and we'll check and make sure everything is lining up. This is not a home defense gun. This is a long range. No, well, this is gonna be like a hunting rifle, okay? And just a precision gun. That's what I'm wanting. That's what I'm expecting out of this guy is precision. That's all I care about. He's probably gonna be a little bit heavy, probably gonna be a little bit long, but that's fine because that's kind of what I'm expecting out of this guy. And that's why I wish I'd gotten a 20-inch barrel, or a 18-inch barrel. But from everything I've heard, 20 inches will be fine, and that's just 2 inches more. Whatever. We can work with it, you know. I don't think there's any downside to it except for the fact that it will be a little bit more unwieldy and it will be a little bit heavier. But in all reality, I can live with that. I can live with that just fine. So we're gonna put this guy back on here. So you can put him back on here. I'm gonna shout out to my brother. Apparently he's running for city council. Of all the things, I would have never thought my brother would be running for any kind of a political thing. But you know what? He'd be good at it. So shout out to Noah. If you live in Wellington, Texas, support him. He's a good guy. Got good horse sense. He let me survive childhood, so that's a good thing. So I'm sure I was not the easiest child to grow up with. I'm sure. You know what? I forgot to put Loctite on here. Like an idiot. So anyway, just shout out to him. Show him some support. Well, tell you what. This guy does not want to work right. Well, he wants to work right. I just don't want to, Wow, y'all gotta see this. Look how messed up this is. This will be a freaking miracle if this actually ends up working right. See that? That is one messed up attempt to change a barrel. I guess this is a good thing because it's always going to go worse. I'm trying to take it off now. It's always going to go worse when you're on camera. So if this is the worst it can be, I can deal with that. You know, if I'd have done it by myself watching Netflix or whatever, it would have gone fine. I would have been done like 30 minutes ago. You know, no big deal. Boring. But I gotta make it complicated. Because that's how I roll. Alright. Little guy. A little bit of this in there. A little bit of Loctite. I think that'll do. We're just going to see what it does. If it will hold tight with one screw, 1.5 screws, I'll be fine with that for now. And then I'll probably end up ordering a second screw or getting a replacement piece, part, whatever, for the second guy. Cause I tell you what, that looks nasty. Like, if anybody's on the internet just being like, wow, this guy is a complete dork, doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, you're completely right. I have no idea. Yeah. Again, I'm not gonna claim to be an expert. All right, so we're gonna put this back on the lower, which, by the way, I just installed a Geissele SSA trigger in there. I was gonna make a video of that, but it was really simple, and I just really wanted to get it done. Probably should have anyway. No, I probably shouldn't have, because that barrel, or that trigger, costs more than this barrel. And if I mess something up, I'd rather mess up the barrel because it's cheaper. Okay, so the way this thing works, all right, the way this works is these screws, well, these little pieces on your alpha rail, you got 3 of them. See how it's angled like a chisel? Those pieces are gonna lock underneath the barrel nut, all right? And then your screw on the outside is gonna pull up, and so it's gonna have a 3-point contact pulling up. Thing is a complete pain in the butt to try to get these guys on here. You gotta like have 12 fingers. It helps to have 10 fingers, actually. And sometimes people just don't have 12 fingers, you know? But most people have 10. That's what I've been told. But if you watch my videos and if you look at it very closely, I don't have 10 fingers. We'll get to that later. That'd be a story for another time. If you stuck with me this long, you either have no life, you have nothing to do, you're on a road trip, you know, where you're just like having something on in the background. Completely boring. I apologize. But you know what? I appreciate it. If you have stayed with me this long, you're amazing. All right. So here is where we run into the little thing. We got a little bit of a, probably doesn't help that I've chewed up the end of my barrel, or the end of my the barrel nut. Let's screw these guys out a little bit. I do not want to screw them out because it's a pain to get it all back in there. When that stupid nut wrench gets all messed up and starts eating up these teeth, it makes it really hard because it relies on those teeth to slide. And if you can't slide around those teeth with this rail, it won't go on. It's going on a little bit. All right, and I'm gonna do something you should probably never, ever, 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 ever do. I'm gonna use, because it's going on, it's just going slow. Use a piece of wood, use a hammer, and you just tap it. Little love taps. Again, you should never do that. You should probably never, ever, ever, ever do that, because you can definitely break something, permanently mar your rifle. It's not good. There we go. Now it's on. See? A little squishy. Now it's going to do, it's a little canted, and it's going to do a little twist. And there you go. Now, it's not locked into place, but now it's in the right orientation. So we're going to tighten it up a little bit, just a little bit. So we're going to need to take these guys back out and put a Loctite on it. But I want it to get set right. Okay. And now we're going to take our scope and we're going to straddle. If it will. I don't know if those things are lined up or not. Yes, good. I'm going to straddle the receiver and the rail. Going to tighten it up a little bit. This way we have a true alignment, or as true of an alignment as we can get between the rail and the upper receiver. It's just the best way to do it. If you have any kind of mount that has attachment points, any kind of single point mount, or single piece mount, you can clamp them both together. What am I looking for? Stuff. All right. Stupid me. I don't think I can put a Loctite on there just yet. You know why? Because if I take it out, it'll fall. If this falls, I'll be tense. There we go. and just let it drip down in there. There we go. What I'm talking about. Give it a little love spin. Open this guy up a little bit. They don't screw out very much, so I do not. What I'm doing, what I should have done is put Loctite on these before I put it on, because I forgot. You can't just take these screws out. So now I gotta drop. And it's just really just making a mess. It's probably not doing anything good. You don't want to over tighten it, because you got things made out of aluminum. But you also don't want to under tighten it and have things come falling apart that they're not supposed to fall apart. So now he's on. I'm gonna flip it over and get the bottom guy. There we go. I'll try to do it up here where you can kind of see what's going on. Okay, put him down in there. There we go. So see, now I hold him up. Oh, actually, now we can get a good. We got him out now. We're gonna put a little bit on him. Now, of course, I've lost my Loctite. There's the lid. Oh, got my scope on it. A little dab will do you, just a little bit. Put it back in there. Get my Allen wrench. Wherever I lost him at. Wow. There we go. Give him some good turns. There you go. Now we will take our scope back off. Yep. Put it back where it needs to go. Got back here somewhere. Probably end up adjusting it in a minute. Put our barrel nut back on. So you can put our Super Surs on it. And see, it just sticks out a little bit more. It's really 4 more inches than the other barrel, but I mean, you'll get a little bit better, whatchamacallit, completed gas, burn, you know, a little bit better. This guy's already been crushed, and I don't want to have a time washer. I'm going to use this guy for another one at another point in time. That's already really been crushed out really good. So I'm going to use a new one. That has not been crushed out so much. There we go. Wow. That is still really out there. Well, in reality, he's going to be suppressed, so it really doesn't matter too much. That still needs to be crushed, though. Alright. So now we get our wrench out. A little bit on, take it off. A little bit on, take it off. I've seen different ways of doing this. Some people probably have an aneurysm with me doing it this way, but it's my gun, not yours. If I completely destroy my threads, I really hope I don't. Try to see something. Well, come on. How many threads you got on here? I think that doesn't need difference. Nope. Same thing. Completely upside down. Well, I think I do have, fortunately. If I can open it. They're not exactly the right thing to have. But these are going to give it some space. Some space to work with. We'll go ahead and use the old one. And a little bit of this guy. Go on to. Again, it's my gun, so it doesn't have to be exactly pretty for everybody else because it's pretty for me. There we go, that'll work. Okay, now we're gonna line him up how he needs to be lined up. This guy going on straight up and down. Where's There you go. He needs to be straight up and down. There you go. I think everything lines up. I think. It's a little Surefire. All right. Sure looks like it's all lining up. Well, there you go, folks. Put it all back together. I just wish I could go out and shoot it right now and see how it actually works. But, you know, can't always have it the way we want it. Yep, that is definitely longer. Woo! It really looks long. As you can see, that is definitely going to be longer than it was before. But what I'm really hoping, now that this is done like this, is we will get a better. I've invested in some. It's like cheap brass or steel cased ammo. But I'm really hoping that it's some 75 grain and some 62. Some 62 and some 75 grain. And I'm really hoping that out of this thing, we'll see some different kind of accuracy, some different kind of results. You know, you get more burn, you get more velocity. Hopefully, you know, it'll be nice tight groups and stuff like that. And we'll just see. We'll see if we can make it work or not, all right? Again, I apologize that I can't get out and shoot it right now and put those videos out, but they will be up and coming. I really hope so. I really, truly hope so. I really want to do that for y'all, and not just for y'all, because I really like to get out and shoot. And when I can't get out and shoot, I don't know, it's just not very fun. So I hope y'all enjoy this. I know it was like an hour long, and I said I'm not going to edit it. Part of that is because I'm really stupid when it comes to iMovie and different stuff, editing softwares and stuff like that. And I just don't know how to do it very well. So this is just going to be a long video. Just skip parts of it, you know. That's what I do. I just skip until I hear it looks like the guy's talking sometimes, you know, unless I'm really into it, or like I said, unless I'm driving. But I hope that was interesting enough for y'all. And sorry it was kind of long again. And we will do some stuff on this rifle. I've got some other rifles. I did the Poor Man's AR-15 build, or Poor Man's. What was it? Poor Man's clone, M4 clone. Well, I've got the closest thing. It's not a Poor Man's clone anymore, all right? That one is, but I've got another one that my wife is gonna kill me. But we will have, once you get the parts all put together, we will have that, and I believe y'all will be happy with that build. I am going to be ecstatic with that build, but that's just me. So anyway, That's this guy. This is probably going on the new, not new, but the 16-inch gun. Gonna make that into another kind of build, hopefully. And a little sneaky peek, we got something else in the mail today. We got a bunch of stuff in the mail today because we were gone over the weekend. I've got something in this little box. This is not gun related, and it's not a pen, but it is something. This is a little something that I'm gonna do my own video of it, but also whatever's in this box, which I will do a review of, is going to be given away once we reach 1,000 subscribers. I believe last time I checked we had 12. Y'all are amazing people. I love y'all so much. 12 people have deemed me worthy enough to subscribe to me, and I bet a lot of those are my family. I know a couple of them are not, because I can't see exactly who all is on there, but a couple people are not, and I really appreciate y'all. Really appreciate y'all. Maybe y'all be one of the people to get this. I don't know. It's going to be a completely unbiased pick. I'll figure out how to randomly choose one of the people, but I would say share this video, but it's an hour long. I'm looking at it's an hour and 6 minutes, whatever. So I'm going to cut it short. Really, I'm going to cut it off as soon as I can here. I'm going to spit this out. Tell people about my channel, all right? Tell me what you want to see. I know once I get out and can do some shooting stuff, I'm gonna rearrange how I do my videos so that I can, you know, put shooting in there, because I love to watch the shooting rifles and pistols and whatever that's getting reviewed. If it doesn't get shot, I'm really just not interested in those kind of videos myself. So I'm putting out content that does not have shooting in it, so I feel like I'm doing y'all a disservice. So I'm going to fix that as soon as I possibly can. Okay, it's just going to take some time. But tell me about my videos. Tell me what you want to see. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, this little doodad, somebody's going to get it. All right. So y'all be good. Be safe. Hope y'all enjoyed. And we'll see you in the next video.